Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Educated Colin Snap channel. How you doing? So today we're going to be talking about overall the bundle analysis. Right, we have more data for bundles going all the way to September, and I also wanted to answer the question about how good is that 2,000 token daily offer reward. So this is going to be overall bundle analysis, but we're also going to be answering some couple questions on the side. So spent a decent amount of time with this trying to make it more cleaner. So I think for people that really want the information, there's going to be a lot of it pretty quickly. So shouldn't be too long. So first off, right, we're going to just talk about the conversion. So this is for post spotlight season. 5,000 credits are around 2,000 tokens. It takes around 15,000 credits on average to get a new card. So that's the conversion rate we're using. So 5,500 credits around 200 tokens, or just times the credits by 0.4, and that'll give you the token conversion. So that's something good to know if you want to do it yourself. And then Cosmic Wildfire, still the best gold bundle. It's out right now. You should definitely get it if you can afford it. Nothing has changed. So here's the methodology that we're talking about. We're really comparing all the bundles to some of the best bundles previously. That's really what you want to do. You don't want to be stuck in Second Dinner's system and comparing it to Second Dinner's own numbers. You want to be comparing it to some of the best deals they've ever given, because that's really the benchmark you want to be using. So for money bundles, we're comparing it with Beautiful Beyond Compare. For token bundles or gold bundles, we're comparing it to the original Token Tuesdays. Those are the 850 for 800 tokens. So those are the current value bundles. If things change, better bundles come out, we might use those, but that's the methodology there. Now let's talk about the daily offer rewards. So some interesting information, right? All these purchases. So if you buy 10 variants in that daily offer shop, you're going to be getting 2,000 tokens plus a premium mystery variant. Now, some people may have started with already some completions. That's because purchases made within the month before, the 30 days before this system was implemented, do count towards that initial progression. So if you started, you opened it, you had some progression. That's the reason why they're being kind of nice here, where some purchases 30 days before were made were going to count towards this. Now, 700 variants, 1200 variants, and premium mystery variants in that shop count towards the progression and is only claimable once a week. So you're not going to be able to spam this if you want to just like get a lot of tokens that way. That's not available. Now, here is the conversion rates if we're going to use the methodology system here. There are different ways to accomplish this goal. You can either buy those 700 variants, you can buy those 1,200 variants, or you can buy those premium mystery variants, which could be a combination of both. Now, the premium mystery variants have a ratio where if you buy 9 of them, 6 will be 700 variants and 3 will be 1,200 variants. So that's like a guaranteed ratio. So you'll get 6 700 variants, 3 1,200 variants. So that's something interesting to know. I guess I could have use that for the ratios, but once again, right, variants have a subjective value, so I'm just giving you the gold values here. So if you're only buying 700 variants, you're getting, it's around 458 gold per variant. So that's a pretty like decent value. Doubles if you well, almost doubles, but if you get the 1,200 variants, it's a little bit more expensive. And if you get the premium mystery variants, it's slightly a bit more expensive as well. But it's probably balancing the ratios. Didn't do the math for that. I did a lot of math, but didn't do the math for that one. But as I'm talking, it does come up that I could have done that as well. But those are the variant. If you do it from a progression focus point, so let's say you ignore the variants. You're getting 11 variants, by the way, because you're also getting a premium mystery variant. So you're getting 10 variants of your choosing, plus an extra premium mystery variant on top, right? So if we ignore all of that, all of that, and just look at it from a progression focus point, you're getting, it'd be a 30% value if you just bought 700 gold variants. It'd be a 17% value if you got the 1,200 variant, and it would be like a 26.6% value. So not horrible actually. If you keep in mind that you're getting 11 variants, right? It's not that bad. So overall, you are getting 11 variants. Plus, you're getting 2,000 tokens for progression, and I think this is a decent deal if you like mini variants, right? So if you are a man of like, hey, or women of like, hey, I like lots of variants. I like having different art styles for the characters that I play with. Well, then I actually think this is a pretty okay deal, which is interesting. And when you compare it to some of the other variant bundles, you could definitely argue that this is better for you as a variant lover than some of the unique bundles that they put out. So it's a pretty interesting system they added. I wouldn't say it's particularly bad. I'm glad they're giving people that like variants a means of progression. So I think this is a good thing to add. The numbers are fine, honestly, and can be respectable if you just care more about variants, but still want some type of progression on top. So I actually think it's fine. The only downside is it's going to take you multiple months to get even the minimum purchase, right? 7,000 gold is the minimum amount of purchases you're going to need to get this to proc. And even as a free-to-play player, that's like 3-4 months. Even as a paying player, that's like 2.5-3 months. So that's with the cheapest option. If you're getting 1,200 gold variants, then it becomes significantly more expensive, things like that. But overall, I still think it's a decent deal. So, I'll give it my check mark there. Next up, we do have the Doctor is Ruined. So I'm so sad about this. I'm so disappointed. Honestly, I really think they should have just seen the news about it being $5 and then updated it and made it maybe a little bit worse. Like just cut out some of the value here, like maybe slash it by 33% or something like that. But at least still have a good bundle for $5. Then I could have talked like, wow, good job, Second Dinner. You love to see it. They're actually caring about not being having some value in some of their bundles sometimes. Lately they've been having these weird expensive bundles that don't make sense. But hey, they've done it. They've added a good bundle. No, I can't say that. I just have to complain. It was a little disappointing, right? Like you could say, oh, maybe it's the data miner's fault, right? For getting the information wrong. But no, just take the losses, whatever. Just say, okay, yeah, the data miners may have, or maybe when they initially put the information in, we put it wrong. Then double dip. Just be like, okay, yeah, we messed up, and the data miners got information that they weren't supposed to get, and they posted it, and it's not what we meant to do. But we're gonna honor it. It would have been nice. Anyways, I could go on and on about this, but it's just a disappointment. Now there's not really any money bundles I can really recommend, and I haven't been able to do that in good conscience for the longest time. Only the Lunar New Year with Jubilee, that was the only one I could say, oh yeah, maybe that one would make sense for players. But really, it's been a big lack of really good cheap bundles that I could recommend. So a little bit disappointing to see them go back to this. But you know why they do this? Is because you guys still buy it. Let's be honest, you guys are still buying these bundles that are bad. And they don't have any encouragement to make them better, because there's just some whales out there just buying all the bundles, don't care, and it's just well, I can't recommend them, but people still get it. So what can I do, right? Who's winning here? It's Second Dinner. They don't care. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. Now here's something I did spend a decent amount of time on. I think you guys will like this. So here are all of the bundles, straight up. Right there. Here's the values. Here's a comparison to the some of the best values, right? You can see the Token Tuesday still the best. Cosmic Wildfire still absolutely good. And there's a new gold bundle that's pretty decent, right? It's in the green. These bundles, if they have variants, are better than are cheaper. The variant itself is cheaper than the 11 variant deal, the daily offer deal. So Avasti Admiral, the variant itself ends up being less than 300 gold. So, and you're getting a mystery variant. So that's actually something you might want if you are a variant lover. Like the variant itself is pretty good. Now, obviously, gold's progression value, you're not really beating Cosmic Wildfire, you're not really beating the Token Tuesday. But for variant lovers, there is definitely a new bundle that's pretty good with gold. So I could recommend that. And then you can just see the daily offer values. You can see they look not that good, but you're getting 11 variants on top, right? Like you got to keep that in mind, right? A lot of these other bundles, you're getting maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 variants. You're getting 11 variants here. And you get to choose them a lot of the time, right? In the daily offer shop, you get to choose them. So it's not a bad deal. Even though from a progression focused player, yeah, it's like it's not for you. It's not for you, progression focused people. But you can see like that 7. If you buy 10 700 variants, you get more progression than the Stegratron bundle. Isn't the Stegron bundle? Isn't that silly? Like it's better for progression to buy 11 to get 11 like 10 700 variants in a daily offer shop than to get that Stegron bundle. It's that bad. Like it doesn't make sense. Why would you ever get that bundle? Just get 11 bundles. If you're ever thinking of getting that Stegron bundle, just get 11. I mean, just get 11 different variants instead. Like it's better for you. So I just don't understand the idea of that one in particular. So yeah, kind of weird. All right, and then I also have the money bundle. So I also did all the money bundles, all the mystery bundles, every single bundle coming out all the way from July. Well, all the way from now to the end of September, that's available. And you can see in terms of the best money bundle value wise, it's the Pro bundle MK2. It is 90% value, so it is worse than Beautiful Beyond Compare, but you know it's not that much worse. Like you're losing 10% of value, and it is 100. It is expensive, right? So you can see like there's no really like good cheap bundles in terms of value. So there's not really any money bundles I can recommend from a progression standpoint player that's cheap, right? Like if you have $100 to spend and you like the game, yeah, you could get the Pro bundle MK2. But other than that, not really anything that's like, ooh, wow, this feels good, in my opinion. So, um, what can you do? Now, here we do have the best bundles for July all the way to September. I'm just using the old scene here. Token Tuesday, 100% value. Cosmic Wildfire, 96.4. And then we had the Doctor is thin, but now it's pretty ew. It's disgusting. It's $20. You don't want it. So a little bit unfortunate there. I would have loved to have it still be 5, but what can you do? All right. So now here we do have the whole list, like the holistic list of it. But I do think that the this is better. This is more organized for people that just want to quick glance. Here's all the bundles. Here's all the values, right? But if you do want to see the original, like I did make the slides for all the particular bundles. There's no progression for these old season bundles. I think it makes them a little sad because you're just not getting any progression. If you like the variants, then maybe, but from a progression focused player, there's just no reason to get this. So a little bit sad. Oh, I did do the math for some of the bundles just that I thought were interesting to see how much you're paying for the actual variant. For Ring of Fire, people did always seem to talk about, oh, this is a good bundle, but you're paying around 900 for the variant. So if you think it's like a 1200 gold worth variant, then you're saving around 300 gold, you know, quote unquote, for the variant. And if that's worth it for you, then you might get this, right? So those are some things. I might start doing that more. I didn't do it for every single bundle because like I'm not. I already spent a lot of time on this, like multiple hours. You know, maybe like four plus. So you know, I just didn't bother to do that extra little bit of work. But you can still see all these particular ones. Starground bundle does not make sense. Like you're paying so much for nothing. It's just not a good bundle. Like I don't understand. Like obviously I understand like, oh, it's a series 4 card or series 5 card, whatever it is, but it's just a bad bundle. Just if you're ever thinking about getting this, just get 10 11 variants. You can get 11 variants, and you're ahead in progression. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, we have this disgusting. It feels bad looking at this bundle now. It just feels really bad. But yeah, now it's just like the full. What's it called? The full charge bundle. And then we do have the anime bundles that you're paying a premium price. I actually should have done the math for this one, how much you are paying, because I do think people do want to know exactly how much they're paying. I can actually do it right now. So if you give me a little bit, 5x2, so you're paying around 705 gold for each variant. Actually, reasonable. I guess if that's what they're doing. You're paying like 700 gold for each variant. So if you like both of the variants and you'd pay 700 gold for those variants, then like I can see you getting this bundle. So that's definitely going to encourage some people to get this if they know, oh, you're paying 700 gold. So I definitely should do that for the future, because I do think that helps some people knowing how much they're paying for the variants. Because if you're paying like 1,000 for a variant, you don't even like it that much. It's like, oh, maybe not. But if you're paying 700 for this variant, like I can see some people liking anime that much that they will pay that price, right? Same thing here. This is definitely something you want to know how much you're paying for each variant as well. And here, ooh, this one's way more expensive, right? Yeah. You're paying 1,134 for these variants, so that's way more expensive. That's so much. Are you really paying that much? I'm just doing the math again. Yeah, you're paying 1,000. Wow, that's a lot. You're paying 1,134 gold for each variant here, so that's significantly more expensive than this bundle here. This one you can see like, oh yeah, you can get it, but this one you are paying quite a bit, like very premium prices for this one. So probably what's going on is this one is counted as like 1,200 gold, and then this one's counted as 700 gold, and they're like calculations. But yeah, you're paying a lot for this one, so not. But it's good to know, right? Like before, they're both kind of bad to me. Now I look at it, I'm like, oh, I could see people paying 700. So I definitely will start adding that for the future. So I'll just keep that in mind. But it is good to know that kind of information. Same thing here. I'm sure people want to know all the anime bundles, so I shall do that. Got a calculator on my phone. That's what's going on, by the way. This one's not bad. You're paying 450 gold for these bundles, for these variants. So obviously these aren't anime variants exactly, so the price is a little bit better and they're cheaper. The cheaper they are base value, the less you're paying for the variants, essentially, right? So this one you're paying around 450 gold for these variants, so not bad. And then here we have the new ones, right? Money, like I'm not really calculating the money, but I do like calculating the gold ones, right? So you can kind of see there. So that's kind of some interesting information there overall, just looking at the values. This one is a pretty interesting one because here you're paying 265 for the mystery variant, which is pretty low, I would say, compared to some of the other deals. This is definitely one of the lowest ones. I would say Cosmic Wildfire for the Black Panther is also very low, but pretty good deal here. Definitely, if you have 1,600 gold and you want to get this, it's better than Token Tuesday in terms of value. You're getting a little bit more, so you can definitely do that. So I wouldn't mind you getting this particular variant. And then we have the old Sword and Shields, and then this one with the I'd love to tell you how much you're paying. Oh my God, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh my, yes, sir. You're paying 2,089 gold for each of those variants. So you're paying 2,089 gold for that master mode variant, and then you're paying another 2,089 gold for that Darkhawk variant. So like that's really good to know. Actually, I'm definitely gonna start adding that in. So yeah, it's not a good deal, not good value. So I would not recommend these type of bundles. So, and then here we do have this final Festival of Unity bundle, but overall, I do think the best thing to look through is just looking at the first pages. I think this will give you the most information here, but I do like this addition of adding how much you're paying for the variants that we will start doing if I remember, and I'm not too lazy for the rest of them. But overall, still there isn't any good bundles coming out in September, except for maybe Avast Ye Admiral. That one is actually respectable, but other than that, none of the money bundles really stand up, really feel good, anything like that. So hope this helps. I tried to be quick here. The other one I made was like 40 plus minutes. I feel like it's too much. This one I think just gives you the information you need and just like answers the question. Anyways, that's all we got here. Hope you guys enjoy it. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Educated Colin Snap. Once you watch him, you won't go back. He'll teach you tomorrow, Snap. Your skills will be